Hey there, Vanagon addicts. It's Ken Wolford here at Vanagon. Today I want to talk about a new product that we just got here at Vanagon. It is called the Molded Front Carpet Set for Vanagon, and we have it on our website for $4.99. Basically what it is a front carpet set for the Vanagon. It's molded. Okay, so there's been kits out there for many years, like So Fine makes a kit. You can make it to order, whatever color you want. They do have some trimming and different things that comes with it. But the nice part about this kit is the price, $500. That's about in the ballpark of what you're going to pay for something like this, because there's a lot of work involved. But the nice part about this kit is they're trying to make it as close to the original as they can. And part of that is, there's two parts to that. One is the tufting of the carpeting. Okay, so try to take a look at this carpeting itself. I'm going to try to zoom in on it here if I can. You can see that there are these like lines in the carpeting. That's called tufting. Okay, so normally you don't have that in aftermarket carpeting. I've had So Fine carpeting kits installed many times. What you kind of get is something like this, which is more, or not this one, this is a sample of the tufted one, because you can see the lines in it. It's like this. It's more like a fur, or like fuzzy, okay? I think these are like loops or whatever. The tufting is softer, and that's kind of what was in there originally, okay? This tufted carpet. So this color, okay, they're calling this OE gray. It's a little bit darker than what our gray was here in the US. Possibly OE gray in Europe is darker, but like this lighter gray, which is not in tufted, you can't get it in tufted, is closer to what we got. I know I was looking at my Karat Vanagon today, just to kind of compare the two. Has like a lot lighter gray. Possibly the GLs were a slightly different color. But this gray here, it's a little bit darker shade than what you would have as a stock thing in the US. Although they did, have some lighter gray for some of the trim pieces. So this section right here, this would be the section between the two front seats. And you can kind of see they have this vinyl piece which goes like a little step that goes down to the back. That's included on it. It's already made onto the carpet. This little front section where it goes up against another section of carpet in the front, like where your feet are, that is also put on here. I'm going to try to do the best I can to show you this stuff because it's kind of big, and I didn't want to totally rearrange my entire office to show it to you, but Then you got this piece. This is actually like kind of below where you step down. We've got some of these side pieces here that is like on either side of where you step in to get into the van, like where the wheel well is. And you can kind of see another benefit of this, which is the molding. Okay, so a friend of mine, my wife is from Dalton, Georgia, which is the carpet capital of the USA, even to this day. And when you see a truck that has carpeting on the side, like a Big Mac truck, I can tell you exactly where it's either came from or headed to, which is Dalton, Georgia. And he had a company that made carpets for OEM manufacturers in the US, GM, and you would be surprised how small his company was. And yet he was making carpets for Ford and GM and Chrysler. And how he did it was, he told me, you would make a mold of the front floor of the car out of wood. Then when you're making your carpet sets, you're actually using heat and steam and other things to mold the carpeting to that mold. And then when you send it in to the OEM, it looks a lot better, installs a lot better, and this is the big problem you have with So Fine kits. And a lot of other aftermarket carpeting kits you'll find is that they don't use that method. Instead, you get flat pieces of carpet. They're cut out to certain shapes. They the edges bound and stuff like that. But they're not going to fit right exactly. When you go to put it on, you're going to definitely see, okay, this is aftermarket because it's not conforming to the shape of the car. It has to be glued down, and it has to be, and then occasionally they'll start popping back up again because they never were really made for that shape. Okay, they're made as a flat piece of carpet. That's not how OE carpet is made, and that's not how these kits are made. So, like I said, this is one of the wheel wells. Okay, on the top, you can see it's actually shaped for that. Probably the best example of this is the front carpet where your feet go, right? Again, do you see it has the shape of the floor is actually in the carpeting itself. Plus it has a copy, a replica of that plastic piece where your feet would be if, you know, you didn't have a floor mat. They kind of reinforce it there so that your shoes don't ruin the carpet. They have a place for your shoes and boots to hit. I mean, you should have a floor mat over this, but, and you can see it's molded to the floor. It's all cut out properly. You do have to cut out in the center if you have an automatic or a manual, but it's actually marked on the back for that, so you just pick what you need. And also on the back of the carpeting. Okay, again, aftermarket carpet set. The kind of carpeting it is not the same as this as far as the backing. Okay, we've got a nice stiff, hard backing on here. That's made for a vehicle. Okay, it's made for a vehicle. Your house, the way the carpet is in your house, is different than the way a carpet is in a vehicle. Okay, so you want something that's made specifically for a vehicle. You want something that's made specifically for a Vanagon so that it can be molded to the floor and cut properly to the right shape. So you can see the edges are bound and stuff, which originally they were bound here. And then the other thing that kind of actually came as a surprise to me, which was nice, I apparently overlooked the fact that this also comes with a kit, which is brand new underlayment and padding. Okay, so again, on your van, over time, they have this stuff that I think my friend told me at the time is made up of refuse from the carpet mills. Okay, so, you know, they don't waste anything down there in Dalton, Georgia. And so we have this under padding. It's made for sound deadening. It's made for a little cushioning under the carpet. It extends its life. And probably your underlay in your van is bad. I mean, it's 30 years old, 20 years old. It used to be nice and springy. Now it's all hard as a rock. So, you know, you're basically replacing that as well. So for $4.99 plus shipping, you're getting a full set of carpets for the front area. Does both seats, the pedestals around the seats. I have that here too. Let me see if I can show you a little bit of that. But again, the shaping and things is kind of awkward to show on video because it's so big and weird and everything. But you know, this is kind of some of the pieces that go around, you know, where you would sit, your seat pedestals, your battery box things. You know, here's the battery box cover piece of carpet that's always ripped off and missing a lot of times. So that's what it would do. So basically up to like the front seats area and the seat pedestals and the place between the two front seats, this would basically cover all of that. Now I'm looking in the video, I'm seeing on my camera, and what I'm seeing in real life is, I'm telling you, this is going to be slightly darker than what you're seeing in the video. Don't ask me why the colors on the camera don't match real life. I don't know. I'm not a cameraologist. Now, so I'm letting you know. Okay. Then it comes with instructions on how to do it. Okay, step-by-step instructions on how to replace it. You can attempt to do it yourself, and if you're a really good do-it-yourself person, then go for it. If it was me and I was going to get it done, I would take it to a upholstery shop, and I would talk to them ahead of time, say, hey, I can get this kit. It's like a pre-made kit for my van, and I can bring it in and you can install it for me, because they're professionals and they can make it look like perfect, okay, and make it be the way it should be, you know. But this kit goes a long way, that if you're a DIY person, you got a nice set of instructions with pictures showing you how to do it, and telling you what you need to do it. So, you know, this is my little video here of this kit. There are other colors you can get. Okay, as I was trying to show you earlier, I stacked up these colors here. Now I've covered it up with everything. But there's different colors. The bad part about the other colors is it's all custom. Okay, so if you want to get a different color, you can see there's like a black color, green, a weird looking red, 2 different shades of blue, a tan. Okay, so we need a tan. But then the only downside to these others is that the material doesn't feel as good. Okay, so it's not tufted, they're more fuzzy. But they can also be gotten in the molded. But then there's going to be a slight time delay because those ones are like kind of, and then here's a lighter gray color too. Okay, so I hope you got to see all those. If not, I can do another video showing all the colors. Let me pull them out here. I just stacked everything on top of it. Okay, so here's the other colors. That way I can answer that question. Black, green, which looks darker in real life. Red, slightly darker in real life. Tan, looks slightly browner in real life. I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing. Blue-ish, with like going towards gray a little bit. And you can see they have the little vinyl pieces that go with them. Light blue, why? I'm sure that's going to be much popular since I think it looks terrible. And you know, this slightly lighter gray, which, like I said, is where is this lighter gray? This is actually this right here. I keep mixing it up. Okay, but there's a slightly lighter gray here hiding somewhere. As well, if you wanted it to be more like what your Karat van has now, here it is. It's jammed up under everything. Okay, here's the slightly lighter gray color. You can kind of, maybe if I put them side by side, can you see a difference? I mean, it definitely looks lighter. This would be more like going towards what we have here in the US for our gray color, but it's going to be not tufted, so it's more fuzzy. And you know, reality, I say if you're replacing everything, why not go with this slightly darker gray? It would look great in there. It's going to match. The seats are gray anyway. Slightly darker gray, lighter gray, doesn't actually matter as long as you're replacing everything. So that's what's going on with our carpeting kit. I'm going to put a link in the description where you can buy it. And if you pick a different color than this tufted gray, I'm just warning you, it's going to take probably 4 to 6 weeks. They're going to have to custom make it for you. Sometimes the tufted gray is in stock and we can just get it right away. Like this guy, he ordered it about 4 days ago and it's here. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little promotional video about our carpeting kit. It's actually made in England. Okay, custom made for Vanagon specifically. And I really feel like, hey, these guys have gone the extra mile. They're trying to make something specifically for our vans. And this is not something that you do in 10 minutes. This is something that takes a lot of time and effort to do this. I really feel like it's definitely an upgrade from you know, from what you can get. Just like I said, so fine. They're good people. I'm not dissing them, but they can only do what they can do, right? And this is another level. This is a higher level. And just to be honest with you, the pricing is either competitive or maybe even a little bit less than what you would get from SoFine. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Whatever you guys think. But I just want to let you know your options are out there. Here's this beautiful, I mean, look at this blue color. Oh my gosh. Why would you ever do anything besides that? Okay, whatever. Alright, so that's it. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next video. If you have any other questions, you can put them in the comments below. We'll try to answer them. Have a great one. And get more smiles per gallon with your Vanagon.